Okay, so welcome back to Gumarty's Coins and Banknotes, and in today's video, well, just seeing if I purchase anything that's really good to resell or to collect. So the interesting thing is that the seller sends stamps, so I like these saltwater crocodiles. Now if you go swimming in Northern Australia, I just wouldn't. These would view you as a beautiful, delicious dinner. You have something that belongs on pizza. We have $1 from Surf Lifesaving, Jean-Jacques, so that's in Victoria. And we have a $3 from Yellow Bellied Kingfisher. So Australia has, like lots of other places, has beautiful wildlife. And okay, 20 coins of the Netherlands, or 29. Don't know, I'm a bit illiterate when it comes to reading stuff. Okay, so any of them fallen out? No, it doesn't look like it. So basically most of these are going to be just common coins. So now I have sold sets of these last issue of the Guldens and the second last issue. So these have 2.5 Gulden coins. Yeah, for about probably $15–20 each. So you need the whole set though, and the coins need to be in pretty good condition. So we have, looks like we've got all the denominations. I'll take them out and we'll have a look. Okay, so out of these coins, we'll go through the ones that were not issued in Netherlands. So we have Netherlands Indies. I made another video on these. So 1942. These are all going to be high mint coins. 1922, 5 cent. And I think 1922 or 23 was the last year of mintage, or maybe 1928. And also another 10 cent or 1/10 of a Gulden from 1942 with S mint mark, minted in San Francisco. So in 1942, Japan invaded Netherlands East Indies, and from that period onwards, the Dutch never really had control of it. And in 1945, they declared independence as Indonesia. So, and before they issued the decimalized coins, they had these duets. So this is a duet coin. So the subdivision was 1 Gulden equals 20 stivias and equals 8 duet. So obviously 1 stevia was equivalent to 4 duet. And the stevia was the silver coin. And this one has VOC 1848. There is no mint mark, no mintage figures for these, but the mint mark up the top is a chicken or rooster. And this has the coat of arms of West Frisia. So the duet coins and the coins of the Dutch Republic at the time were issued by the different provinces, so they have different coat of arms on them related to the province. And these ones cost about $10. So I purchased all these for like, I think about $20. So $10 is pretty good for that. And that's the minimum value. So we have the last coins of the Dutch. And these are pretty basic design. So these are all the Beatrix coins issued, and they were first minted in 1982 and last minted in 2001. So they have a portrait of Beatrix, Queen of the Netherlands, on the front of the coin, and on the back we have the denomination. And as you can see, each denomination has a different number of lines and also a division of this bar up here. So that's a easy way for people who are visually impaired can identify the coins. Okay, so they did have a 1 cent, but that was last issued in I think 1980, and I don't believe there's any coins minted in 1981. And 1982 seems to have been quite a large issue. So like the 1982 for the 5 cent was 47 million. This one, dated 1993, has a mintage of 40 million as well. So quite a lot of coins. And these silver ones are nickel. And then in 1987, they issued the 5 gulden. And the exchange rate at the time was about 1.3 gulden, because $1 Australian dollar. So just round it up. This was equivalent to roughly about $5 back then. Probably about $4.10. But currently, with inflation, probably more akin to like $10 now. So 1990, the 5 gulden had a mintage of 47.5 million. And these ones, they struggle to sell for $3 or $4. So really, you're not going to get too much out of these coins, even though it is a thick, nice coin. It's bronze plated nickel, and it's 9.32 grams, 23.5 millimeters. So these sell as a set for about, probably about $15-20, I'd say. If they sell individually, you'll be paying, just a few dollars, but then you'll be paying postage, and most sellers only send registered, so you're talking about $4-5 per coin. Okay, so then we have the other denominations. We have 1, 2, 5, 10, and not 1, 2, 1, 5, 10, and 25 cent. And you notice that there isn't a 50 cent, which they haven't issued since before the Second World War. And these ones were first issued 1950, last 1980, so that's the last year of issue. The 1 gulden was, after the Second World War, was a base banknote, and then in what day is it? 1954, they issued a silver coin, and in 1969, 41 and 2 gulden, or 1967, should I say, for the 1 gulden, 1969 for the 2.5, they issued these nickel coins, and the silver 2.5 guldens, not really a that common coin. The highest mint is about 12 million, but none of them are scarce. And with a bullion value of $17, you should be able to get low valued coins, so those are very well circulated, for close to bullion, I would say. So we have a 1970, and the mintage of that one is 22 million. And 1969, we have 2 mints. One's 1.2 million with the fish mint mark, one with the rooster, 15.6. It seems like the 1.2 million is the scarcest of the lot. And some of these are minted in uncirculated coin sets only. Okay, with the 1 gulden, we have, they seem to be pretty common. So this one is dated 1976. It looks like 1970, but in 1976, you're going to get these coins well worn with an equivalent value of $1 back then, or probably about, taking inflation, I'm just guessing here, probably about $5 to $6, so they would have circulated quite widely. And 32 million for that coin. And then we have the commemorative coins. So this one looks like a proof, but these are all like that, so they've just been frosted. And this coin was issued to commemorate the investiture of the new queen, so Queen Beatrix. And it has, on the front of the coin, has Queen Julia, so her mother, and Queen Beatrix at the front. So the Danish monarchs generally, they abdicate, they don't die, unlike Queen Elizabeth II. And the mintage of this one's 30,500,000. So you would have got this well into up to 2002. But most of them I've seen not really that circulated. So I would say, like the 1970 Australian Cook 50 cent, 1977 Silver Jubilee, people would have kept these and found out later that they're just not really worth value. Now I'm not too sure if you can change these at the bank, but you can try at the Central Bank of the Netherlands. Okay, so the earlier version we have is the 1948. So these ones replace the zinc coins issued by the Germans. So here's a zinc coin, These were minted till after the Second World War. And they just said Netherlands. This one is a Viking ship. And they're actually quite nice. I like that coin. 1941. So these ones replaced those. And then in 1950, they issued new coins with the same design. That one looks like it might have a grease strike underneath. And the older ones have Wilhelmina and then Julia. So that's the only change for these coins. And once again, in 1948, this was the highest value coin issued for circulation. And it's interesting is that the Netherlands never suffered bad inflation after the Second World War, because immediately after they issued new banknotes and they demonetized the older ones that were overprinted. No, there was a lot of war profiteering as well. So, but the coins, they didn't do that. So that's why these ones never suffered inflation. It's good economic management. So the 1948 issue just comes in 4 denominations: the 1, 5, 10 and 25 cent. And the portrait is the Ludwig Venchibach. And all these are high mint coins, so really a lot like this in pretty good condition sells for about $10. And this one is also for sale for $10. Okay, so here we have the Netherlands coins from the Second World War, and these are probably about $5 or less in value. And well, I lied before, I said that these were minted after the Second World War, but 1943 is the last year of mintage of these coins, so they were demonetized in 1950. So we have 1940, 1941 is the first year of mintage, 34.6 million. Viking longboat, quite a nice large zinc coin. We have the 10 from 1941. And this one has tulips, so think about tulip bubble. This one has 29.8 million. So none of these are low mint coins. Then we have the 1 cent from 1943. And the mintage of that one is 71 million. And we just got wheat. And on the back, we just have a cross and with the Netherlands. So the next coins we have are in pretty poor shape. We have the 1982 10 million, 1919 with 6 million, and they are different because the fonts on this one is larger than that one. And also we have the fonts on the front of this one is larger than that one. That's basically all. And there's slight differences in the flower. Actually slight, there's major differences. Now we have 2 varieties for the 1902, and that's what you should be looking for. We have the mint mark close to date and the mint mark far from date. So this one looks like the mint mark far from date. But you need to compare them close together, or if you go to Numistar, they do have a comparison with the mint mark. And looking at that, it's actually a bit hard to tell. I would say the mint mark is halfway in between the lettering and the date, or the mint mark is closer to the lettering than the date. That's how I would put it. Which mint mark far or close to date, that's a bit confusing. I don't find people who actually put these really considering people who are just new to actually era coins or varieties. So here we have the smaller silver coin they issued. So this is the 1926 to 1945 variety, and 1938 the mintage 21.4 million. So it's going to be a common coin to get, and the silver value is about $1.50. So this is a good coin for coin stackers. Pretty common, shouldn't be too expensive, although the ones I see for sale are about like €10. So they're probably a bit overpriced for me. But if you can get it closer to $5, then you should be okay. Okay, so that's basically most of the coins. And then we got a 2.5 cent. This one's quite damaged, 1880, and they issued this up until 1941. And this seems to be a fairly common coin because the mintage figures for this coin are 4 million. So for 4 million, that's actually going to be a fairly common coin. And the last one we have is the Netherlands Antilles. I think it's about 1.7 million of these. Now this place it didn't exist in 2010 when it broke up, and the only places that use the Netherlands Antilles gulden is Saint Martin, only half of it, only the Dutch half. The other half uses euros, and they both most likely use US dollars, and I think Curaçao. So, but in this year, I think about March, they're going to issue the Caribbean gulden. So these will be out of circulation this year. So if you're going to get these in circulation, either of those places, this year is the last time you can do it, because by the end of this year, these coins are not going to be circulating. And quite a nice coin, Queen Beatrix. And these cost about $5. Now with this coin, I didn't say it before, there's an over date with a 7 over the 0, I think, or 7 over 80, but I don't see any signs of overdate on that coin. So that's the only error you're going to find on this coin. And it wouldn't be an error, it'd just be a variety because it's intentionally made. So that's the difference between errors and varieties. Okay, so basically 2.5 cent, weird denomination really. Anyway, hope that helps you with your coin collecting. So basically, this is basically what you do. You buy coins. So these ones are $30. Then you get, just be conservative. You sell that for like 15, probably also 15. Probably that one for 5, so that's 35. And the rest of them, this one for 10, so that's 45. Probably the rest of them another $20. So what's that, $65? So pretty much you doubled your money. And that's just basically how I work. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you very much. Have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time, and take care. Thank you and goodbye.